Okay, so I'm going to look at clips 125 and 126, which is multiplying and dividing in standard form. Okay, so a lot of the techniques you'll have already learnt before in the previous videos. That's why it's important to make sure you do these in order. So the first thing we do is we multiply the numbers together. So we multiply the digits at the front together. So we do 2 times by 3. So we've got 2 times by 3, and that is 6. Okay. The second thing we do is we multiply the indices together. Okay, so we multiply these together. So we end up with 10 to the power 4 times by 10 to the minus 2. And again, remember, when we did the adjustment, to get these, we add them together. So that gives me 6 times 10 to the power 2. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is a little bit more complicated, because what happens is when we multiply the 8 and the 3 together, we get 24 times by 10. Remember, we add these indices like we did on the first one. So that gives me 8. But this is an incorrect standard form. So before we can write the answer in, we've got to change this to correct standard form again. Remember, I want 2.4, okay, which means when I've done my adjustment, it's times 10 to the power 1. But I've still got this times 10 to the 8. So what I need to do is make this 1 add 8, so it becomes 2.4 times 10 to the power 9, and that's your answer. Okay, division, okay, which is on clip 126, is very similar, but this time, okay, instead of adding indices, we need to remember we take the indices away when we divide them. So we start off the same way. We do 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So we do 4 divided by 2, okay, which we know will be 2. Then we do 10 to the 4. We still have that multiply sign, but it's 10 to the power 4 divided by 10 to the power minus 3. And remember, when we divide indices, we take them away. We've got to be really careful, because this is going to be 4 take away minus 3. And remember, when we do that, when we have a 4 minus 3, that's going to become 7. So we end up with 2 times 10 to the power 7, and that's my answer. Okay, and the final one, again, we can sometimes have the same problem that we did with the first one. We're going to do 3 divided by 6. So 3 divided by 6, that gives me 0.5, a half. Okay, and then it's going to be multiplied by 10 to the power 2 divided by 10 to the power 4. Again, remember, we're subtracting these indices, so that gives me times 10. 2 take away 4 is minus 2. Have to be really careful with negative signs. Right. This is not in standard form. So we do the same thing again. I need this to be a 5, okay? And to do that, it means I have to times it by 10 to the minus 1. Remember, this is just changing 0.5 into standard form, but I've still got my times 10 to the minus 2 at the end. Okay, so minus 1 plus minus 2 is going to give me minus 3. So my answer is going to be 5 times by 10 to the minus 3. Hope this helps.